my bad. Uh, I was doing something before stream, and I didn't realize the time. And when I realized it, it was a little bit after 6. So then I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I started setting up stream, and then my computer froze, and it had to update. And I was
I came here because I love seeing wasteful souls struggle to accomplish something meaningful and fail spectacularly, like you are doing now. Good
"Fuck."
job.
That's what happened. I failed miserably. I couldn't pay attention to the time. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to switch over yet. So, anyways, despite the late start, tonight is going to be more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. We shall be starting as a Forgotten Turnabout tonight. And, I don't know how long we have left of the game. I'm seeing like another month or so. Or something. So, also, Thursday will be more, I'll probably most likely be on time on Thursday. Though I don't have like, oh, we could go later than we can. And then Saturday, I don't know if it's gonna be a collab with some people or if it's going to be some art. Because if you notice, I tweeted out last night. I was like, I wanted to design. I want to give official designs to all like the main characters of the lore and everything. So let's do that on stream. Why not? I've been writing a lot of lore stuff for lore wise, and it's just like I don't really have designs for anybody, or at least official designs. Like I can picture how some of them are in my head, but it's just like, no, I don't, haven't put it on paper yet, or I guess screen yet. So, anyways, that will kind of be over the weekends when I don't know what to do. Of course, I'll still try to like set up collabs and stuff with people. That's always a given. One of my favorite things to do, after all. So, I don't really have anything else to say other than, nope, I got nothing. Hello, Aria. From here on out, let the council begin. Let our members discuss this matter with a clear conscience of the goddess of law. Today's deliberation shall be about Miles Edgeworth's aptitude and ability as a prosecutor. Who are you? Why are you wearing that raincoat? Ah! Ah! Oh no, okay! April 5th, 1:23 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 202. 1202. Oh, this is loud in my ears. I'm turning it down. Calm down. You're getting dust everywhere. I've already cleaned this room 3 times since this morning. Well, now you'll need to do it a 4th time. You're way too calm, sir. What if they actually take your badge? A decision has not yet been made, but it looks like it pretty much decided. Don't you remember what Judge Courtney said? Prosecutor Edgeworth, the PIC has you in its sights. They will receive a report on everything you did here today, and you will most likely be required to prepare for them. I have been ordered to attend the meeting. That is all. I hate this, sir. I won't be able to work with you anymore. As a detective, perhaps you should welcome this alternative event. You would no longer have to work in such troublesome with such a troublesome prosecutor as myself. Why would you say something like that, sir? The problem is with the PIC and their false accusations. Mr. Edgeworth, don't tell me. You actually want to become a defense attorney. Because you can't do that. Being a prosecutor is actually what makes you Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. I mean, I guess it is in the name, but... A defense attorney, huh? I became a prosecutor because of that incident where I lost my father. However, the reason I became interested in the legal world was because of my father, who passed away. I've been a defense attorney. To fight crime as a prosecutor or to save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. Are you listening, sir? I don't like this one bit. There's no need for you to be so pessimistic. Maybe my replacement will be more lenient during your salary assessments. I see. That way, I can eat more than just instant noodles every day. Wait, what am I saying? That's not the point here! He was actually imagining it. We're busy right now. Come back later, pal. Paging Mr. Edgeworth. Is there a Mr. Miles Edgeworth here? Mr. Edgeworth is busy now. I'll listen to whatever he has to say later, pal. This isn't good. Your face has become all red. A red face. A red face. Like I said, we're kind of busy right now, so... I got it. You have a tummy ache, right? This calls for an injection. Stat, roll up your sleeve. Eek! No, I'm perfectly healthy. Who might you be? I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Karen Jensen. I'm a registered nurse at the Die Young Hospital. I'm sorry, but no one here is sick. You must have the wrong room. Are you Mr. Miles Edgeworth? You have such great wrinkles between your brow. Could it be lupus? This calls for an injection. It's not lupus. Just tell me what business you have with me. Yes. Actually, there's someone who would like to see you. Please wait a moment. I'll call them here right now. Wait. She left, sir. I wonder who she's going to bring. She's bringing someone from the hospital. Could it be a patient, sir? Maybe it's someone who was traumatized by your harsh words. Oh, that's a long list. What is that supposed to mean? See? When you glare at me like that, it sounds like I'm going to have a heart attack. You could send someone to the hospital with that. Is it really that bad? I'm just being my normal self, though. Sorry for the wait. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Do you not recognize me? Now that she mentions it, I do feel like I met her before. This card, your name was written on it. Do you know who I am? Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe you really did send her to the hospital. Of course not! But this is your business card, sir. It clearly says, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. That's true. I'm terribly sorry. Well, the truth is, this girl suffers from memory loss. Memory loss? Yes, that seems to be the case. Her parents should be worried sick right now. They probably haven't been able to sleep. I doubt they've gotten more than 8 hours. Isn't that plenty of sleep? I see. So her sounds horrible. It's all right now. Since she has that business card, she must be an acquaintance of Mr. Edgeworth's. Just leave her to us, pal. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. We might be able to verify her identity at least. Would you really do that for me? First, I'd like you to tell us everything that you know. That's Mr. Edgeworth. You have nothing to worry about, miss. Good grief. When in doubt, present evidence. I'm terribly sorry. Even if you give me that, I still don't remember anything about you. No, I wasn't planning on giving it to you. But still, where to begin? What should I ask her first? Miss, do you remember your name? My name? I'm terribly sorry. She's been like this ever since yesterday, you know? So you found her yesterday. Wow, that's amazing. How'd you know? You just told us. What a tiresome woman. I found her stumbling around late last night, so I took her in. I wanted to help her out, so I looked through her things. So that's how you found my business card. Did she have anything else with her? Nothing to reveal her name or address. Ah, but she was wearing this when I found her. It's unusual design, don't you? So it's Kay. What this badge is? What? That's Yasugatsuru. That means it couldn't be. Are you Kay? Kay? You're Kay, right? I'm Kay? Kay, don't you remember me? I mean, you're always calling me Gummy, pal. Gummy? I would call one of my elders something so rude? I'm so sorry. What a horrible thing I did. I feel like my heart's going to burst from guilt. Just what happened to you, pal? You've become so sensitive. If you're this sensitive and delicate and frail, then you're not you're not even Kay anymore. You're someone else, pal. Watch your words, detective. If you say that, it almost sounds like Kay isn't sensitive or delicate at all. Though I can't deny there is some truth to what he says. What sort of person was I before I lost my memory? Well, for starters, your name was Kay Faraday. A cheerful girl full of spirits of vigor and a great thief. A great thief? Yes, to put it frankly, a great thief steals valuables from people's drawers and safes. Steal? I caused so much trouble for others? I'm so sorry. I never would have imagined I would be a criminal. Well, you're a thief who hasn't stolen anything, so maybe losing my memory was retribution for my crimes. No, you didn't actually. Ugh, this is so messed up, sir. But it does sort of make sense, you know? These gloves and stuff, they look like what a thief might wear. Ah, those clothes! Yes, she was wearing them when I found her. I had her change clothes, so I'm holding on to them for now. Something appears to be stuck on her clothes. Perhaps it's something to do with Kay's memory loss. I'll send it down to the lab after I can check it out, sir. Good. I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. At any rate, these really look like a thief's clothes, don't they? I'm a criminal. It's true that you were a great thief, but never once did you commit a crime. That alone, I can assure you. Is that so? It's probably better if I don't press this issue any further. I'm really sorry for not remembering you. What kind of relationship did we have? Well, that's rather difficult to explain. Okay, you were Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Ah, so he finally admits it! Oh my, so then a prosecutor is the kingpin of a great thief? No, that's not what I meant, pal. The last time I met Kay was the day before yesterday. Just what did she do up until then? From then up till now? Miss Jensen. The badge was the only thing this girl had on her. She did have some other things, but I don't think they will be very helpful at all. I don't mind. Please show them to me. So, okay, well then, I'll give them to you one by one, okay? This is a German ninja mask. Maybe she went to a superhero show or something. This seems to be a letter addressed to Kay. This is a ticket stub, and this is a flower made of cloth. Just like the ones you see in restrooms, sir. A corsage. It's usually used primarily as an accessory for women. Well, that's everything. Do you find anything out? Not really. They were just a bunch of random things. I'll have to look them over in more detail later. Dear Kay, I promise that I'll get back you your most precious memory. How did we get her back to normal? Calm down, detective. I have already thought of something. Oh, as I would expect so. Mr. Idris, what did you find out, sir? Look at this ticket stub. Oh, is that a ticket for the viewing? That's a ticket for the viewing platform of the Grand Tower. Miss Nurse, do you know something about the Grand Tower? Of course I do. It's a super famous dating spot after all. They say that if a couple holds hands up there, they'll be together forever. Teehee. The time on the ticket is from yesterday. Moreover, it's only valid on the day of issue. Since she only has the one stub, she must have used it, right? It's very likely. Well then, let's go. Right now, sir? The cause of Kay's memory loss is hidden in her actions. But what about the PIC? It's still too early for me to be summoned there. So should I leave Kay with you then? That's what I prefer. Kay, you're fine with that, right? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Well, I'll have to get back to work, so if anything happens, please contact the Dayang Hospital. If you guys need an injection, I'll be there anytime, any place. Yes, I understand. I don't think I'll call her for an injection, though. Well then, let's go, detective. And you too, Kay. Yes, sir! Thank you for helping me. April 5th, 2:07 p.m. Outside Tower Plaza. According to the pamphlet, this building is 50 stories tall. It's mostly filled with offices, though. The only viewing platform is open to the public. Here you go, sir. I just got this at the reception desk. Good, thank you. Well then, let us head inside immediately. Eek! The Grand Tower is collapsing! Huh? Well, what? No, you can't! Please stop! I beg of you! Ugh, it's no good. Unless if I drink fresh milk, my salts just won't reach. What's wrong, pal? Did something happen to the Grand Tower? Cut! Excuse me. We're sorry. We're in the middle of shooting a movie and, I suspected as much. We're sorry for any trouble we have caused you. Detective Gumshoe? I'm sorry, pal. I really thought the tower was gonna collapse or something. Whatever. Hey, director! I'm taking a break. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. What a relief. It looks like the tower's collapse was prevented somehow. Explaining all this to Kay as she now is would take more time than it's worth. Well then, we should get going. April 5th, 2:18 p.m. Grand Tower, viewing platform. see my house from here. The wind. It's really strong up here. Everything should be fine as long as you stay close to me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. If you start to blow away, one of us will be sure to catch you. It's not us to use a kite. Okay, do you recognize this place? I don't know. Was I really here? Maybe if I get her to talk a bit, it will help her jog her memory. Okay, just tell me whatever you remember. Anything will do. Okay, but I don't know much help I'll be. We're already starting with some some. Did I really come to a place like this? It's so high up, and the wind is so strong. It's frightening. I just can't remember. I just can't remember anything at all. I'm sorry. Just as I thought, it's impossible. Her memory isn't clearing up at all, huh? I'm sorry. It's a bit pathetic, isn't it? You're both going out of your way for me, but I'm not helping at all. You're doing just fine. You have memory loss after all. Can I just say amnesia? All right, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember to go easy on her, sir. Normally you have this really intense and kind of scary look on your face. You're not helping, detective. This ticket proves that you were here indeed. But I really don't remember coming out here at all. I don't think I would want to come to a place like this. You used to love places like these, though. Was that really me? We were so high up. Just looking down makes me dizzy. I think these kinds of places should be shut down. What if an elderly person or a small child were to fall off? The railing here is quite high. I think your worries are unfounded. Is that so? I just can't remember. I just can't remember anything at all. You say you don't remember anything. In that case, is there anything that looks familiar? Looks familiar. The cherry tree. What about the cherry tree? I was standing under that cherry tree. That's right. I was taking shelter from the rain because it was raining then. And there, I saw something red. She was under the cherry tree while it was rained. And from there she saw something red. Is something wrong? It's nothing. Could you add that last part to your story? But from under the cherry tree, I felt like I saw something red. A red? What exactly? A red something or other. It was something red. That's all I can remember about it. Speaking of things that are red here, could it be that stand over there? Stand? A red stand? Ah, that's right! I saw someone walking towards me from the other side of that stand. And then what happened? And then, I'm sorry. It's alright. Simply add everything you just said to your story. That's right. Someone was walking towards me from the other side of the stand. By that stand, you mean the stand directly behind you? Yes, from that red stand, someone came walking towards me. I saw it from under the cherry tree. You've been saying that you saw someone. Does that mean you didn't see their face? Or was it a person you didn't know? I'm sorry. That much I don't know. So someone came walking towards her from behind the red stand. And she saw that someone beneath the cherry tree. More information. I'll press her for more details. Is there nothing else that comes to your mind? It doesn't have to be related to the case. Even if it's not related. Um, well, I remember that stand that was selling cotton candy. There was a stand that was selling cotton candy. If you are hungry, you should say so. Just say so. I'll make sure to buy one for you later, pal. Thank you very much. I look forward to it. There's not much I can do unless if I draw out more information from her. Now I'll have to press it from. Hmm. Hmm? No? Okay, have a look at this. Do you remember something? What about it? I would think the connection between you and this piece of evidence is obvious. It's Kay lost her memory, so she wouldn't say something so thoughtless. No. So this wasn't related. You can't be so rough on her condition, sir. That's right. Maybe I should just think a bit more carefully first. No? Furrowing his eyebrow at me. Kind of scary. That's me, isn't it? Mr. Edgeworth, it seems that not related. Nope. Nope. No. I will get this eventually. I got it. Eventually. So, you were saying that someone came from behind the stand and walked directly towards you. Yes, someone came right up to me. Then that someone must have been a ghost. No, it was a person. I'm sure of it. If this is where you're under the cherry trees, then someone behind the stand wouldn't have any ground to stand on. They'd be floating in midair. No person should be able to stand there. But I'm not lying. Someone in red was on the other side of the stand. They were walking towards me, getting closer and closer, and then that person. Well, what's wrong? Calm down. It's all right. Me and Edgeworth are both here for you, pal. I was pushed off. That person in red. Yes, they were wearing a red raincoat. Someone in a red raincoat was walking in midair. And furthermore, they pushed her off of this building. Nonsense. There's no way she could be all right after falling a building from this height. Hi. Attention, everyone. Please remain where you are. What's wrong, pal? I'm a detective. Tell me what's going on. Sir, a body was just discovered in this building. A body? Who is the victim? We're currently investigating the details, but the victim is a woman. We have verified her name was Kay. What? What? Oh, we're continuing. Yes. Imagine I'd just be like, the victim's name is Kay. This room is. What this room happen to be? Yes, sir. It's the prosecutorial investigation committee's meeting room. What? It's here? I heard that they recently moved out of the prosecutor's building, but to think that they moved here of all places. Mr. Edgeworth. Kay? What brings you here? How are you holding up? We're in the middle of an investigation right now. Sorry, but who might this be? This is my granny. Let me just... Hi there, Shani. My name is Bonnie Young. Who the heck are you? She says. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. Miss Jensen. Isn't Young the name of... Granny is the director of the Die Young Hospital. This old lady is the director? Who are you calling old? She says. She can't read my thoughts? Oh, so that's Granny. That's Granny is pretty important, huh? I wouldn't go that far. I mean, yes, she is. These people are the patient's guardians. You know, the one with amnesia. It seems like she's a bit of an introvert. Hey, Sonny, want me to cure the bad case of brownies for you? She says. Ha ha ha! I'm afraid that's an incurable disease for Mr. Edgeworth's pal. Huh? Really, Granny? You want me to say that? I ain't got nothing to say to you, whippersnappers. You're free to do whatever you want. But better not get in my way of my opera, sir. Please wait. We're... No means no. Hey, you don't have to get the right to decide that, pal. So sorry, Granny is the coroner, you see. And she's in charge of this case. So, ouch. So I'm very sorry, but that's the way it is. What do you mean, that's the way it is, pal. Well, even if you ask me, I'm not the one who said it. I feel like kind of I'm watching a comedy act, sir. Well, we need to get back to the apothecary, so please excuse us and take care. What was with her attitude? We received permission to investigate. There shouldn't be any problems. That attitude of hers is a huge problem, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do now? We'll investigate the scene, of course. As a prosecutor, I cannot stand by and do nothing. Well then, let's begin. But the policeman said the dead person is also named Kay. Then I'm pretty sure I'm not the Kay you know, Mr. Edgeworth. We shall investigate that now. But don't worry. There's no question that you are the Kay I know. Okay. An amnesiac Kay and a corpse Kay. Both are connected to the Grand Tower. I'm certain that this case will lead me to Kay's lost memories. If things had gone as planned, I would have been standing here right about now. Yeah, sir. I'm glad that the PIC meeting was delayed, but the cause of delay was due to a murder. It's troubling to think that the PSA meeting could condemn my career as a prosecutor. In any case, my top priority right now is to find the truth behind this case. It's half of a large round table with 11 chairs. It seems to be based off of a certain legend. I know that one, sir. It's the famous Knights of the Brown Table. Huh? Was I wrong? Knights of the Clown Table? Knights who say nee? We are the Knights who say nee! He's getting colder, but I won't say anything. No. I think Knights who say nee! It's closer than the Knights of the Brown Table. Yeah, that's right. I've seen Mighty Python. Like, many years ago. These books all seem really thick and heavy, sir. The PIC did just move here. Moving all these books must have been a lot of work. Moving heavy objects is my specialty, sir. If they had just called me, I would have helped. Then perhaps I should ask the chairman if there is anything left for you to move. Whoa, that was just a joke, sir. If I had to carry something up 50 stories, I wouldn't be able to do any more work today. Of course, I was just joking too. But were you really going to carry things up the stairs? These bookshelves are very well organized. Looking at them feels good. That's true. There's not even a speck of dust on them. But I'm also extremely dedicated to cleaning your office, sir. First I sweep, then I vacuum, then I wipe everything clean twice, and then I wax the... It'd been nice if you were this dedicated to your real job. Yeah, just casually standing in a blood. This is Lady Justice. You sure do know a lot, sir. So, what kind of powers does she have? She's a symbol of justice, not a superhero. It says that the scales represent the justice, the sword, power, and the blindfold, equality. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. A pool of blood lies at the feet of the goddess statue. Judging from the pool of blood, it seems that this is where the victim was killed. But sir, the body's over there. After murdering the victim, did the killer move the body? This is a really huge statue. Why is it in a place like this? She's known as the goddess of justice. You might call it a statue for judging prosecutors. It seems that the statue is also made by Pierre Hoquet. Oh, you mean the victim of the IS-7 incident, Isaac Dover? Setting aside his background and personality, he was really a brilliant sculptor. Well, they do say that an artist is either a genius or weirdos. I suppose the Larry would fall into the latter category. Like, move out of the way, detective. You there. Tell me the situation about the security of this room. Yes, sir. To enter this room, a special key card is required. I see. In other words, not just anyone can enter this room. So, the person who found the body was also... Yes, it was a member of the PIC who had came here for today's hearing. A member of the PIC. If not for this case, right now I would be... Excuse me. You are... Oh, yes. What is it? That voice. It's Von Karma, right? Do you know her, Granny? Good to see you again, Doctor. And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. What is she doing here? I thought she would be too busy, with handling the aftermath of the first game. Francesca Von Karma. She is a prosecutor working with Interpol and the daughter of Manfred Von Karma. She would be jetting around the world right now. Whatever is the case, I will follow. National borders mean nothing before me. Your presence here must mean that this case has international significance. You know well enough that I'm chasing a smuggling ring. I shall recover all the stolen goods and crush that organization. Then, does this mean the smuggling ring is also involved in this peculiar case? Any further information is confidential. I am not obligated to speak of it with you. So it won't be that easy. Never is with this woman. Miss Francesca Von Karma, Granny says, the opposite report is complete. You are free to do what you want. In that case, we would like to investigate as well. I've heard rumors about you. No way I'm running you near that body. You're not that prosecutor who is about to get the boot. You best be running home now, Sonny. Just so you know, I wasn't the one who said that, okay? Please, Granny, we need to investigate, no matter what. Hey, Lasher, who are you calling Granny? I'm sorry. We're not getting anywhere. I guess I'll have no other choice. Francesca, please allow us to aid you in your investigation. We must examine that body in order to find out what happened to Kay. To Kay Faraday? I'm asking you too, sir. Kay's in really bad shape. I don't think anyone else besides the Gumshoe and Edgeworth knows that the dead one isn't Kay. I don't know what's going on. But fine, I'll grant you permission. You have my thanks. Of course, I didn't say it would come without a price. You will explain everything to me later. We really owe you one, sir. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy! Ouch! Always with the whip, Francesca. So that's how it is. Would you be so kind to authorize them to, Doctor? I suppose it's fine if he is with the prosecutor from Interpol. Is what she says, and I fully agree with Granny. By the Von Karma name, the entire world will be judged. That is just common knowledge. That's rather conceded from common knowledge. rocks anymore. It's what she says. I hope you don't get in trouble for this. You wouldn't need it to worry. My reputation will not be shaken from something so petty. Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing his badge. Oh, we didn't even talk to Kay first. Let's talk to Kay first. Yes? Can I help with something? This is an amazing room. Is there where are the large boxes filled with books? A stone sculpture and sparkly windows. It seems you have also forgotten the name of objects. This might be helpful. This might be helpful for you recovering your memories. Just repeat after me. Bookcase. Broken safe. That's gay. That's gay for you. Stained glass. Stolen goods. Yep, this is Kay, alright. This is definitely Kay. Books on the law. Crooks on the law. Statue of goddess. Snatched the loot of the great thief. All of her mistakes bias towards a certain way. I'm so glad we talked to Kay. Kay, until just a few days ago, you were calling yourself my assistant. Looking at me, is there anything you remember? Things I remember, huh? Well, yes, just one thing. Mr. Edgeworth. On the viewing platform above us. Oh, you pointed at me, and yes? It was a really scary face. You interrogated me. That happened just a few minutes ago. Oh, poor Kay. The terrorist of Mr. Edgeworth bashing you for crucifixion is only your memory. It must be scary, pal. Hopeless. The end of the world, pal. I should show the detective what true terror really is. Yeah, she's right over there. Just to have Francesca bring out her whip again. That's what true terror is. Okay, before you lost your memories, you got along well with Detective Gumshoe. Does looking at me help you remember anything, pal? I do remember. Do I remember anything? I know. For a while now, Mr. Edgeworth has been getting on your case. That's not a memory. That's just a pleasant part of my daily life. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, so Detective Gumshoe thinks it's pleasant. It seems I'll have to get on his case even more from now on. Is that a badge for protecting someone? Like a badge worn by a hero of justice, right? No, this is called a prosecutor's badge. I think what you're referring to would be a defense attorney's badge, right? I wonder. This badge makes me feel really nostalgic. Let's not let the girl with amnesia know what really happened to her dad? Nope. As if someone really dear to me showed it to me a lot. Kay's father was a prosecutor. Perhaps the little bits of her childhood memories still remain. Do you like badges, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the second badge I've shown you. Not particularly. But you always carrying around badges. It's just part of my job. And this badge is also a piece of evidence. I see. So you carry on things that you don't like in order to train and strengthen your spirit. That's just clearly wrong. I was carrying this, right? I don't remember anything about it, though. So you really don't remember? Not even a little bit? Well, maybe I just grabbed it without thinking, due to the shock of losing my memory. You know, like they say, grasping at straws. What's wrong? You have an awfully serious look on your face. I won't tell you to be silent, but you should think before talking. I see. I'll keep that in mind. I'm terribly sorry. Even if you give me that, I'll still don't remember anything about you. No, I wasn't planning on giving it to you. The person in that red ring coat was really there. Are you sure that they were walking towards you from behind the stand? That's right. They walked straight up to me. He must have been there. There must have been some evidence. Maybe that person left footprints behind. There's no grounds behind the stand. No one could have walked there. Then, was that person a ghost? There is no such things as ghosts. Oh, oh. So this is one of those so-called contradictions? Is the investigation going well? Sir, I'm actually putting my job aside to do some brain training. By focusing on images instead of words, you can simulate right before your brain. Please stop talking. This body. They wouldn't let. And the mod said it was me wearing a white suit would have been boring. Okay, so a little note. I do have a bit of design progress for the formal outfit. It's let's finish it. It's a finish, and I'll show them later. I'll show it later and like cut some concept art. But once once the model is done, I just have the concept art done for now. It's not Kaser. Doesn't look like her at all. Of course it isn't. Kay is alive after all. Her age is, I guess, around 30, and she is wearing a pantsuit. Maybe she worked on one of those offices. Maybe she worked in one of the offices in this building. So her identity is still unknown. The question now becomes, why did the police believe her name was Kay? I won't rest until I have expected every suspicious nook and cranny. There's some blood on her head. Maybe she was hit with something. We don't know that for sure. Our investigation will ultimately clear that up. Something seems to be pinned to her jacket. It's made out of purple cloth. It looks like it's been forcibly torn off, but doesn't it? Is this somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? The purple flower Kay had with her. I wonder if that originally belonged to the victim. Now that you mention it, the cloth does look the same as the one on the pin. Yes, let's compare them without delay. It's a perfect match, sir. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. The fact that this flower belongs to the victim means... That can only mean that Kay Faraday came in contact with the victim. About that corsage, it looks like it was forcibly ripped off. It's possible that Kay Faraday is connected to this case, and depending on the situation, we may have to consider her as a suspect. What did you say? There's no way she did it. It's unthinkable. Kay would never do that, sir. However, it's true that we have no evidence to deny that claim. It's nothing more than a possibility at the moment. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? Indeed. For the better or for worse. There's a burn mark on her hand. Is it connected to the cause of death? No, it appears to be an old scar. She probably got it a long time ago. It seems that there's something in her hand. Detective, could you open her hand for me? Yes, sir, understood. This is. Oh, I know. This must be the gift card from the department store. Yeah, it seems to be a key card. Ugh, why? The question is, what is this key card for? I wonder. The left side of her white jacket has been stained a deep red. This jacket. The buttons are on the right side. Isn't that normal, sir? All my clothes have buttons on the right side. Yeah, that's normal for a guy, but women have it on the left. For women, it's normally to have them on the left side. Mr. Edgeworth, you really do know everything. That's just common knowledge. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. There's something in white in her pocket. They're gloves, pure white ones. One for each hand, sir. They don't seem to be dirty. Could they be the victims? This is a notebook. Huh? Isn't that Kay's promise notebook? This notebook where she wrote all of her promises to her father in. Really takes me back, sir. Yes. Promise 1. When Kay was young, she and her father wrote promises they made in this notebook. Pray 1. Never take things from strangers. 2. Never go anywhere with strangers. 3. Always greet people with a smile, even though people you don't know. Promise number 4. Never cry in front of strangers. Promise 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. However, why is it in a place like this? Ah, now that you mention it. I once heard something from Detective Bad a long time ago. Seems that before anyone had noticed, Kay's mementos gone missing. What? So a piece of evidence that was in police custody went missing? Detective Bad frantically searched all over for it, but it seems he never found it. What could this mean? Why was a missing notebook found here? You there, do you happen to know anything about this notebook? The victim was carrying this notebook when we found her. That is the only evidence we have to identify the body. That's why you called her Kay. What a misleading victim, huh? Why did she have Kay's notebook? I sure would like to have some information on the victim's identity, though. Could this be the murder weapon, sir? A 3-pronged candelabra. Candelabra. Nailed it. Ha. It's consistent with the number of stab wounds. She was probably stabbed by the prongs of the candelabra. A candy zebra. I'm afraid it's not quite what you're imagining, Detective. A candelabra. It's a candlestick holder with multiple arms. Ah, so it's a candle holder. You know, one time I forgot to play my electric bill and had to only get back to use candles. What time period are you from? Before we do any logic, let's talk to Francesca. Yes? What is it? A murder case at the PSC meeting room. Since you asked to cooperate in this investigation, I do hope you will be able to produce results. Naturally, why do you think I am here? Well, now that you mentioned it, why are you here exactly? That's right. She still doesn't know about my PSC hearing today. The circumstances behind it are deeper than the sea, sir. Allow me to explain on Mr. Edgeworth's behalf. Youch! Miles Edgeworth, I do not care for about your circumstances. All that matters now is researching the truth of this case. Am I wrong? Indeed, there is some truth in what you say. If you ask me, I don't think it's totally. Ouch! I'll say this: whipping someone is easier than being worried, but being on the receiving end of a whipping isn't easy. Yeah, ouch! start presenting evidence. Francesca, I would like you to take a look at this. I'll ask just in case. What is that? It's my prosecutor's badge. And? That is all. You should be relieved. You should felt pain, right? What do you mean by that? Fools can't catch colds. So I thought they wouldn't be able to feel pain either. Miles Edgeworth, unlike you, I'm actually busy. I don't have time to look at something like that. Why don't you just look at that evidence again by yourself? She's certainly as harsh as ever. Kay Faraday lost her memories? How dare you let that happen to her on your watch? I have no defense. I really do. Really? It's not Mr. Edgeworth's fault. Are you alright? Being bandaged up like that? Ah, yes. Thank you for worrying about me. Her behavior is certainly strange. It's unusual to hear her give things like that. Miles Edgeworth, hurry up and get her memories back! Why don't you just admit that you're worried about her? There's no doubt this candelabra is the murder weapon. It pains me to see a woman end up like this. Let us find the true culprit so that she may rest in peace. The true culprit. I hope the truth doesn't turn out to be a cruel one. Look, this is his attorney. People are going to think the cruelest. Francesca, why are you here when you're supposed to be working with Interpol? Curious, are you? But it's confidential. I have no obligation to tell you. Her response was as I expected. More importantly, shouldn't there be a prosecutor in charge of this murder case? I don't know who it is, but I was hoping it won't be someone completely useless. And then Sebastian just walks in and be like, I'm in charge of this. And be like, you don't get your... And then Edward looks at Francesca and be like, you're not getting your wish. They're not even here yet. They're late. Just what is that fool doing? Justine! Just imagine that. Imagine someone's gonna be crying a lot. Yo! Had nothing to do with it, sir. I wouldn't think this very commendable just whip people at random. I swing, therefore I whip. That is my philosophy. I won't put anyone who slacks off in their work. To the yet unseen prosecutor in charge, I hereby offer my sympathies in advance. Well, let's face it, you won't once we realize that it's Sebastian, because it's always Sebastian. Judging from your exchange just now, I take it that you've met Dr. Young before. How soon, Miles Edgeworth? That's right. She is an acquaintance of mine. Back then, it's a long story. Farewell, my turnabout. Is that the story? It seems she doesn't intend to tell me anymore. Shall I leave it at that then? I think we can just assume farewell, my turnabout. If it's never addressed, we're just gonna assume farewell, my turnabout, right? Because she was hospitalized. But no, she was hospitalized in the Dr. and Hottie's. So what happened back then? Please tell me all about it, sir. Youch! A foolish fool, shamelessly prying into other people's business. Watch what you say, Scruffy. How cruel, whipping me out of the blue. With great whip comes great responsibility, sir. One good whip deserves another. The scruffy fool gets the whip. Try harder, worthless whip bat. Fate. Yark! guess I was right to leave it at that. You said he's want something? It's what she says. A prosecutor's badge. I've seen a lot of those. Ouch! A prosecutor is about to get canned shouldn't be shown as lingering attachments. If that BS means so much to you, you should have lived a better life. What is truly important to me is not the badge itself. I'm sure that what my granny meant to say was, there's the times when you have to obey those above you, or something like that. Thanks for the advice. I'm really glad we found Kay's father. I'm an acquaintance of hers. I am not her father. Too young to be her father, after all. What? Then what about the business card? We're friends. I doubt there's many children who carry around their parents' business cards. But I carry one around. Granny's, I mean. So surely... Ouch! I don't give a hoot or how you're related. You took her in, so you better take good care of her. Of course, that was my intention. Kay is in good hands. That ties up pretty well, that frilly thing of yours. I would like you to look at this piece of evidence, rather than my clothes. Not interested, she says. I can't say I'm interested. Perhaps it should I present you a different piece of evidence. Also, when are we gonna let them know that Kay's dad is dead? I'm really glad we found Kay's father. The victim was stabbed in the chest with that. See, there are 3 stab wounds in her chest, right? Could you tell me the cause of the wound on her head? Sorry, we don't really know that. Although we are certain that it'll happen post-mortem, which means that it may have occurred when the culprit moved the body. It would be nice if some evidence were to turn up. Miss Jensen, could you tell me about your relationship with Dr. Young? Yes, ever since I was little, I've always been together with Granny. Whenever I got lost, she would search for me until it got dark. And whenever I felt down, she would watch over me until I got up on my own. What a charming story. She sounds quite like the grandmother. She sounds quite the grandmother's child. After I became a nurse, whenever I was about to make a mistake with my injections, not there! There! She said. She grabbed the needle and ouch! Ouch! Just hearing it hurts, pal. Keeping those stories to yourself. Anyways, as long as I have Granny by my side, there's no nursing I can't do. I see. I fully understand. Thank you for your cooperation. Regardless of her charming story, they don't seem to share a very close-knit bond. Dr. Young, you sure are a masterful coroner, pal. He works with such blinding speed. You make no wasted movements. What do you say, Shiny, about observaries? I don't know the first thing about my work. Allow me to apologize for his rudeness. I'll be sure to reprimand him later. Listen up, youngin'. It's my duty to perform the observatory quickly and accurately. That's why I had no patience and notice it getting in the way of my work. Is what she said. Are you satisfied? Yes, very much so. We only wish to investigate. We have no desire in getting in your way. It looks like Dr. Young's stubbornness comes from her devotion to her work. The Dai Young Hospital is a splendid hospital, and Granny is in charge of it. Well, how about it? Would you like to be admitted as an experience it for yourself? right now there's an opening in our hospital suite for the outdoor spa. We're in good health. There's obvious no need for us to be hospitalized. That's right. We're perfectly healthy, pal. That's our sole redeeming feature. Just what does he mean by that? Well, you see, the Die Young Hospital also accepts healthy patients. We're currently in the middle of our Full of Life Healthy Hospital Stays campaign. Those without injury or illness can stay at our hospital for half the price. Why would you need to stay at a hospital if you're healthier? What do you say? It's the chance of a lifetime. What do you say? Hospital stay. Hospital stay. You know, an outdoor spa at half price does sound like a good deal. Don't fall for it. Okay, now that we talked to everybody. Logic! Perhaps the key card the victim was holding was for this room. I'll go find out, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, from this room's security system, we are able to retrieve data from the victim's card. That means the victim was able to freely enter this room. If the card actually belongs to the victim, of course. Yes, of course. Oh, there's some more investigation? Did I check everything out on the body? Okay, so there is something I'm missing. There doesn't seem to be anything in this pocket. This pocket has holes in it, sir. Judging by how the clothes was pierced, she must have been stabbed with some sharp object. All your coins would fall out of those holes, sir. Detective, haven't you heard of a wallet? Of course I have, sir. I just use my pockets, so most people do, right? No! Never mind. So the victim's identity remains unknown. Should you really be calling me Kay? Of course. What are you saying, pal? Just thank you. But then, what about that woman? She's someone that you may have killed. That's all we know. There's no way that that's true, right, Mr. Edgeworth? I also do not believe you killed her. You are such a naive man, Miles Edgeworth. Here I come to save the day! Yep, here he comes. That voice. So don't be afraid anymore, for the best prosecutor is here today! And Justine. Pardon the interruption. Mr. Edgeworth, get away from that victim. I inherited her dying wish. No one asked for you. Objection. Did you know the victim? Just as I thought. The goddess of law will surely reveal the truth to us. So please, rest in peace. That's right, Justine. Now that I'm here, everything will be A-okay. The culprit will rule the day when he passes with Miles Edgeworth. Who is this fool of a man? Francesca meets Sebastian de Best, also known as Eustace Winter. Why is she glaring at me? Are you Francesca von Karma? You're Francesca von Karma, am I correct? I apologize for my late introduction. I am Justine Courtney. And the deceased individual is Attorney Jill Kane, one of the members of the Project School Investigation Committee. I see. So that's why she had the key card. I take it you're in charge of this case. is out, and with me in charge, this case is gonna sell out! That reminds me, I haven't caught your name yet. If you just wanted to know my name, you didn't have to. Yeah! Just state your name. I will not tolerate any unnecessary remarks. Ugh. It seems that the Peking order has been decided. Mr. Sebastian de Best, here's this from Granny. This is the upset report! Wahaha! It seems that you have been bested, Mr. Edgeworth. This wasn't a competition to begin with. My job is done. May we meet again from in front of another court. Okay, let's go home quickly and eat some noodles. I'll be leaving too. Take care, everyone. The victim's head wound was post-mortem. Sebastian. And the candelabra dealt the fatal blow. Estimated time of death was late last night. What is it, Justine? While I do appreciate your enthusiasm, perhaps you should give your tongue a rest. You might pull a muscle. That would be painful indeed. I'm trying to pull my tongue. Anyways, it's quite clear now. Kay Faraday must be arrested. What? What's the big idea, pal? It's just as he says, Detective. The culprit is Miss Kay Faraday. The young lady in bandages over there, although she is not wearing her usual attire. Are you not Miss Kay Faraday? And what would you do if she is Kay? Are you going to arrest her? Then I will resist by any means necessary. That I guarantee you. I am now convinced. The doubts surrounding your suitability as a prosecutor were indeed warranted. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You can go. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. What are you saying, Kay? You can't just go along with them, pal. But I don't remember anything. What if I really did kill that woman and then forgot all about it? If that's true. Acknowledgement is the goddess of law, is goddess mercy. Atonement is her will. The goddess of law will surely praise you for your accordance. Sebastian and Judge Courtney, if you believe she is the culprit, on what bias do you make your accusations? Unless if I'm completely convinced by your explanation, I will not obey your orders. Fine, having your way. Now sit tight and listen to the perfect reasoning of the best. I'm the best in the world. No one else can do what I do. Yes, that's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. We said that about 5 minutes ago. We said that Kay being the culprit is a possibility 5 minutes ago. She broke in the meeting room in order to steal something. In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane. His logic is awful as ever, sir. Harsh words coming from you, detective. I asked for some bias for your claims, yet your reasoning has told me absolutely nothing. However, we have no evidence to prove she didn't do it either. Don't worry, okay? I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle. No, Gumshoe. Edgeworth doesn't pull miracles. Edgeworth solves it with logic. Pulling off miracles is the job of a certain defense attorney. You think my deductions are some kind of miracle work? You better not disappoint me. Understand, Miles Edgeworth? Because if you do, this whip of mine will stay silent. the best in the world. Knowing you. Already, I have noticed 2 contradictions in your testimony. And my reasoning is flawless. It doesn't contain even a single contradiction. The numbers of contradictions have just increased to 3. Oh my god, this is all part of your plan to mislead me, isn't it? Well, too bad, because I'm the best, because the best will not lead astray. Oh, there's 4. That's why I was the first to realize that Kay Faraday is the culprit. If you believe Kay is the culprit, then I would like to hear the bias for your reasoning. Well, haha! Just sit back and be in awe of my brilliant deduction. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the best. Before I had even laid eyes on the crime scene. No, before I even was aware of this case. Yes, I knew that she was the culprit. Youch! Basis of your reasoning. Yes, ma'am! She broke into the meeting room in order to steal something. To steal something? Steal what exactly? What Kay Faraday tried to steal was this file. The context, to be exact. An investigation report regarding Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you have any evidence to prove that she needed something like that? I am not the one who needs to present evidence. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes, I suppose that may be true. What? At any rate, Sebastian, please continue your reasoning. In other words, she's the only one who could have killed Miss Crane. Do you have any evidence to prove that no one else but Kay could have committed the crime? Nope. Sebastian, let me tell you what should be the best thing for you to do. Look into any other possible suspects besides Kay. Right now, post haste. The best thing for me to do? Look into any other possible suspect? According to the primary reports, there were no traces of anyone else besides her. Even so, isn't it too premature to declare earlier that she's the culprit? Declaring that she isn't so early to do investigation is a little premature as well, is it not? If only I had evidence to prove that Kay's innocence. Good grief. There's a limit to how much you can possibly accuse someone. It's fine, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have to. Fear not, Kay. The truth will be revealed soon enough. Mr. Edgeworth, Kay couldn't have murdered Miss Crane. If I can just prove that, she will be cleared of suspicion. Well, there's our contradictions. No? Okay. It certainly sounds like you are quite familiar with this room. The best man for the job should know all about the best places. Unfortunately, it seems that you are not the best man for the job. Are you mocking me? That's for you to decide. You didn't even know about this key card, did you? Of course I know about that. You needed to enter this room. 3, 2, 1. Huh? Was that really needed? This foolish fool simply doesn't know when to give up. He's just very slow at things, Francesca. Yeah. Sebastian, do you really suspect Kay? That's right. She's the only one who could have done it. Well then, allow me to ask you. Since this room can only be entered using a key card, how did she enter the room without one? She probably used this and that and this. Oh, did you pull a muscle? Allow me to explain then. The door could only be opened by members of the PIC, which means... Yes, that's correct. She conceded so easily? There must be more to it. Take a look at this. It's a record of this room that I investigated just a while ago. At 12:52 a.m., the door was opened using Miss Crane's key card. It's probable that the killer entered this room together with the victim, Miss Crane. After entering, the situation must have been sour, leading to the murder. Your logic holds, but it's merely conjecture. It would imply that the killer and the victim were acquaintances. No way, pal. Kay doesn't even know the victim. That's merely an assumption on your part, unless you have evidence to prove your claim. Evidence is everything in court, and at the crime scene. Is that your argument? Without it, your argument is invalid. In that case, I trust that you have evidence to prove that Kay Faraday and the victim were connected. Of course. What? This letter was discovered by Dr. Young in Miss Crane's breast pocket. The victim belongings. Why did she hold such vital evidence until now? Could it be she was waiting for the perfect time to reveal it? Come to think of it. And the candelabra dealt a fatal blow. Estimated time of death is late last night. What is it, Justine? You might pull a muscle. I'll read it to you. To Miss Crane, thank you so much for helping me with my plans. I'm glad that we can help each other get what we want. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. Kay. In other words, Kay Faraday and Miss Crane were accomplices. They probably planned to steal something from this room. Preposterous! Wait, that means the main culprit is... It's still Kay Faraday. Oh, I was holding down my button. Whoops. I'm the main culprit. Don't believe her, Kay. It's all a bunch of nonsense. There's no way Kay would do something like that. Nonsense? Not at all. This evidence speaks for itself. Wouldn't you agree? What if we show Kay's letter? Which says, I promise I'll get back for you your most precious memory. I knew that they wouldn't suspect Kay unless they had some sort of proof, but to think that they would actually have such decisive evidence. Nicely done, Justine. Thank you very much. Your explanation is still insufficient. I cannot accept such arguments. Sebastian, would you please leave this to me? Alright, make sure you shut Mr. Edgeworth up once and for all. I can't allow their allegations to gain any more momentum. I must turn it around here. The relationship between Kay Faraday and Miss Crane is documented in this letter. She wrote Miss Crane into assisting her with her plan. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. Miss Crane was murdered. But with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Her parting gift is this letter, which she stuck safely away in her left breast pocket. Wait. Hold on. Pregnant in the VSA room, the estimated time of death, sometime between late last night and midnight. The cause of death was a stab wound. The left chest was a candelabra. The head wound was post-mortem, but the remarks on the victim's hands, coroner Dr. Barney Brown. Her testimony is even better than ever. Murphy is the perfect it's ever been, sir. Are you going to be all right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, of course. How unsightly, Miles Edgeworth. Save your stoic act for some other time. Miss Von Karma, whose side are you on? I'm on nobody's side, Scruffy. When searching for the truth, it's best not to take sides. Watch what you say, Miss Von Karma, or else the best is gonna... The best, you say? Well, I can tell you that the side I'm always is at the back! How irritating. Well, I suppose that's one thing we can agree on. The best? Yeah, I'm getting really good at my whiny bitch impression. And just what kind of relationship did Kay have with the victim? In the letter, she wrote, "Thank you so much for helping me with my plan. Their relationship should be quite obvious. That's right." She wrote Miss Kane into assisting her with her plan. I would like to hear about Kay's alleged plan in more detail. Just as she wrote the letter, she wanted to steal something. More, the sender of that letter is Kay Faraday, so it's obvious who the main culprit is. That letter could have easily been forged. It doesn't prove that she planned to steal anything. If memory serves me right, wasn't she a great thief? That she's taking a break at the moment. I doubt there's any thief who would inform a prosecutor about their upcoming crimes. Perhaps she simply returned to her trades without you knowing. I suppose I have no means of denying that possibility, except for Kay is right here and has amnesia. Kay Faraday planned the theft on Miss Crane got caught up in it. However, for some reason, their partnership broke down. For some reason, you say. It seems that your explanation isn't very clear. I'm sure that the reason will become clear upon further investigation, but more importantly, there is no evidence to prove that Kay Faraday did not commit this crime. While there is some evidence to suggest that she committed a crime, none of it can truly be called decisive evidence. What about the letter that shows the competency and the scene of the crime? I think it's fair to say that we cannot decisively rule out the possibility that she committed the crime. Miss Crane was murdered, but with her dying breath, she managed to retaliate. Do you have any evidence to prove that Kay was the murderer? Have you been listening? We've been saying this. The letter is the evidence. Oh, and where's the letter? Does she say she's planning on murdering the victim? Huh? I got it! It's hidden message written in invisible ink that can only be read upon heating it up. Sebastian, I wouldn't get your hopes up for something like that. There is, of course, evidence that points to her as the criminal. We searched the victim's left breast pocket as well, but you found nothing, I presume. Naturally, The officer who found the letter immediately brought it to the best man on the scene. The letter was safely tucked away in her left breast pocket, right above her heart. I believe this letter carries Miss Crane. Miss Crane will be the criminal to the rest. I have no interest in your beliefs. What I'm interested in is the truth. You said that the letter was the left breast pocket of the victim, correct? I swear by the goddess of law, there are no lies or mistakes in my statement. The letter was indeed discovered inside the victim's left breast pocket. The victim had been stabbed in the left chest area where the letter was hidden. This may very well be an important clue. I don't think that Kay wrote the letter. But unless I can draw out more information here, that means nothing. I should say Art by pressing her for more details. Nailed it. The victim held on to the truth until her dying breath. A truly touching story indeed. The voices of the dead are soft. One must listen carefully to hear their dying wishes. And Miss Crane has spoken. Kay Faraday is the culprit. Perhaps the voices you've been hearing are actually the whispers of the devil. Hey, don't make fun of Justine! Let's listen to the voice of reason. Judge Courtney, please take a look at the OPSER report. There's no need. I remember it perfectly. The victim was stabbed in the left breast. No. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We're not talking about Justine here. We're talking about Verity here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep messing up. I'm sorry. I keep saying Justine. My bad. Apologies. My bad. My mistake. The letter was found in the victim's left breast pocket, and there was that's where the victim was stabbed. The Campbell, right, sir? She's a judge. I thought this was a joke about how the official English names are different, like very different. I don't know where you're going. This is Justine. Precisely. It wouldn't have been possible to stab her without piercing the letter as well. So that begs the question: Why was the letter found in the victim's pocket? It's simple. It was placed there after the victim was murdered to throw suspicion onto Kay. Somebody intentionally wanted to create this very situation. In other words, there exists the possibility that the letter was forged by the true culprit. No! The real murderer tried to pin the crime on Kay. That's the only explanation for the letter. And in doing so, the murderer ended up digging their own grave, right, sir? The culprit's Kay Faraday. The letter was, yeah, it was actually found in the victim's other pocket. Huh? What are you saying, pal? The officer's report was wrong when he said the letter was in her left pocket. It was actually in the... Ouch! A foolish fool who continues to make a fool of himself. Is there no cure for your foolishness? Why do you keep whipping me? Calling me a fool. She will never do neither. That is Francesca's knowledge. That is Francesca's personality. It's fool and whipping. Yeah, I saved the trouble of I'll save the trouble of punishing him myself. Indeed, though I had no intention of punishing him. The letter is stained with blood. There's no doubt about it because it was found in the left breast pocket. It couldn't have been an error in the officer's report, unless you were the investigator. Say something, Justine. I see you have no objections. Then allow me to continue. There's one more potential suspect in this case. Don't be ridiculous! The killer entered this very room! There wasn't anyone else who did business. There wasn't anyone else who did that besides Carrie Faraday and the victim! To enter this meeting room, one needs a key card, and their reasoning assumes that the murderer and the victim entered the room together. This is what we overlook. If we just discard the assumption, then this evidence reveals the other suspect besides Kay. This keycard report Judge Courtney handed me earlier. The victim's keycard was used at 12:52 a.m. And there was one more person who also used the keycard. So you're saying that this person was waiting to ambush the victim inside the meeting room. The keycard was used at 10:15 p.m. I wouldn't say it's impossible. No, it's impossible. What makes you say that, pal? You got any proof? Of course I do. Myself. I, myself, am that proof. Let me guess, she's the one who entered. I was the one who used that keycard after all. Is there something strange about a PIC member entering the PIC meeting room? And that proves nothing. The fact that you were here at all makes you a suspect. Or do you perhaps have any evidence that you didn't kill your colleague? It's such nonsense. What would I gain by murdering her? Allow me to retaliate what you said earlier. I'm sure it will be all come clear upon further investigation. Why would I, a faithful servant of the law, commit a crime? Sure enough, I entered this room. However, that alone is not reason enough to suspect me of a crime. If that's the case, please tell me why you entered this room. I had some business to take care of, and some preparations had to be made. Preparations? That sounds pretty suspicious, pal. I think I know what the preparations are. Hey, Francesca, you want to know why we're here? Unfortunately, I cannot disclose what these preparations were. However, I'm sure you could hazard a guess, Prosecutor Edwards. So she was preparing for my hearing. She must have gathered all the necessary materials. Take away my prosecutor's badge. Wonderful, wonderful. It's not good to see young people go head to head so ruthlessly. Who is that? Who the fuck are you? It takes me back. When I was young, I was always pet-headed with this brash detective. And then one day, he just disappeared. I hope he's still doing well. Here comes the waterworks. Chairman the best. Okay, okay. All right. Now we know why Sebastian's the prosecutor. Did she just say the best? Hello, Courtney. You sure are full of energy today. And if this isn't about Little Von Karma, look how much you've grown since last I saw you. Sir, it has been quite a while. Curtsy, you don't have to treat me like you're some sort of stranger, you know. Remember back in the old days when you sit on my lap and call me Unky Boo Boo? Here I go again. Oh, how can I get Crunchback's head? Pops, what are you doing a member of the PIC was killed tonight, and I heard that you were in charge of the case. What kind of prosecutor fall around by his own father? Hold your tongue. Do you have any idea who this man is? Chairman of the PIC, foreman chief prosecutor. He's the right-handed goddess of law. Now, Courtney. I'm just an old chunk of coal. There's no reason to speak so highly of me. Please excuse my subordinate's behavior. I'm the prosecutor Edgeworth, isn't it? Along with his trusty sidekick, Dick Gumshoe. I'm Ballas the Best. I'm a proud father of that idiot over there. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, his ass would be named Eustace. Yeah, that seems like the kind of guy who absolutely named his son Eustace. So you know what? Eustace Winter is growing on me. And that boy was born. Me and the missus were so happy. And you can see. But now, I don't even know where she's gone to. Pop! You need a handkerchief? Yes. Sebastian is an idiot. But he's such a good boy, you know. You know what? He may be an idiot, but he's a very precious idiot. He's a very precious idiot, so. Like the doubting father and son. Now then, Courtney, how's the investigation going? Sir, we have established that the culprit is Kay Faraday, and we are currently focusing our efforts. There's too many uncertainties in this case. It's impossible to determine that she is the culprit. Surely you haven't forgotten the matter of the letter. I already told you, it's just a simple mistake. The letter was in another bio! You talk too much. Now, let's all play nice. Everyone just calm down. I'm sorry that you had to witness such an unsightly scene, Mr. Chairman. Don't apologize, Courtney. Follow everyone's logic. Except Sebastian's, that is. What is... I feel like that's exactly how my dad would be if it was me and my dad. Like, Papa Nova would be like, yeah, everyone's logic is great, except for Nitro's. Hey, Pops! Chairman DeBest, I am a prosecutor. My duty is to bring criminals to justice. However, I won't make someone out to be a criminal without sufficient motive and evidence. I've heard about you and your relationship with the suspect, you know. To share such a strong bond. Kay has assisted the police in arresting criminals countless times, pal. There are too many facets of this case that remain unexplored. I see. The bonds of use are a wonderful thing indeed. But this is that, and but that's that, and this is it. You know, what's that supposed to mean? Prosecutor's office needs to resolve this case as quickly as possible. I mean, just think of all the other cases that are piling up. There's no time to waste here. It's unfortunate, but you understand, right, Edgeworth? What? Now then, Kay Faraday. I'd like to arrest you now. Okay. No, I won't let you. Kay's innocent, pal. To defy Chairman DeBest is to defy the law. It would be a grave act of disloyalty. In other words, a hearing won't be needed. Are you prepared to lose your prosecutor's badge? That's Mr. Edgeworth's badge. You can't do that. Using a prosecutor's badge as a shield. What does the PIC come to? Okay, you haven't done anything wrong. Mr. Edgeworth, it was only for a short time, but thank you for everything. I'm sorry. I turned out to be a criminal. We'll make sure to impart your confession to the goddess of law. I do. When I was young, I wanted to become a defense attorney, like my father. Someone who can fight to save those in need. And right now, this badge is holding me back. A mere badge for the life of a dear friend. I don't even have to consider it. All right. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Hold it right there, Judge Courtney. What is it now, Prosecutor Edgeworth? This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. But Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Explain yourself, Miles Edgeworth. You can't be serious. Mr. Edgeworth, you're joking, right? If you aren't a prosecutor, then my only mission is to bring the truth to light. If it is the prosecutor's task to turn a blind eye to the truth, then that is a title worth nothing to me. I will walk the path that I believe in. I will not be stopped here. You're running away from Von Karma, from me. No matter what you say, I don't intend to go back on my decision. So you're leaving me behind again? I'll never forgive you for this. No, this is all my fault. I'm sorry. If only I weren't here. Wait, Kay! Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me. But, Mr. Edgeworth, boss! I'm not your boss anymore, Detective. That's just too much, sir. It's always been you and me. We've always been a team. Detective Gumshoe, you no longer need to follow my lead. You should try to accomplish whatever you can on your end. Listen to Francesca. This is bad. We just let the dangerous criminal escape. How could I let her get away? After all my hard work, you see. Rest assured, Mr. Chairman, this area will be locked down immediately. Good. I expect the best from you, Courtney. I feel like this is a good spot to stop for tonight. I have things to get done. I have things to get done tomorrow. And so, well, I have stuff to get done before work tomorrow. So I'm gonna think. I think tonight is actually this is a good time to say this is the end. And Saturday, like I said, will be either Thursday will be either and then Saturday will be either some collab. I don't know yet what yet. Or it will be some collab or report. I don't know quite yet. I'll make that decision like 5 minutes before I go live, as per usual.